I have exactly 30 minutes before our next call, so we're gonna jump right into it today. You know what I think is one of the boldest things you can do? It's not moving across the country, it's not starting a business from scratch, it's asking. Because asking means risking rejection. You are risking someone telling you no. And you're putting yourself in a position where someone else might look at you and think, who does she even think she is? And that can be terrifying. But if I look at everything bold I've ever done in my life, it actually all started with an ask. When I was in college at the University of Hartford in Connecticut, I was playing Division I at the time, and that was my identity. I was a soccer player, a student athlete. And so during the season, I'd be super busy. But in off seasons, I had my weekends open. And instead of using that time to go and rest and have fun and go out with my friends or my teammates, I decided to try something different. I started working at the dean's office every single day from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m., whatever shifts were available. And I would save up enough money to spend it on one thing only. And this one thing is taking a Greyhound bus on the weekend from Connecticut. It's a 2-hour bus all the way to the middle of New York City. I didn't go to New York for a job and I didn't go to New York for money. I simply went to learn. And that is when I learned the power of asking. So here's how my weeks looked like. During the day at the dean's office, whenever I had extra time, I would go on Instagram and I'd make it my mission to find at least 5 strangers per week. I'd DM any creative, filmmaker, industry professional, anyone that really did something creative that I really admired and want to learn from. And I would find them on Instagram and I would send them a DM. It was very simple. It was, I'm a student and I'm learning videography and I would love to learn from you. Please let me know if you need me for anything, a second shooter, your assistant, anything. I'd love to be helpful and all I want to do is learn. Something like that. And these are people that I really admired from a distance and who had honestly no business DMing me back. I was a nobody. Like I didn't have a social media following. I just got a camera that I saved up enough money to buy. And so I was just trying to figure it out myself. And my message wasn't glamorous. I wasn't saying hire me. I wasn't showing them any credentials I had. I was just being honest. I didn't realize it at the time, but that was one of the boldest things I could have done. Because asking isn't about wanting something. It's about being okay with admitting that you don't know and being willing to look small in order to grow. And here's the thing about asking. Most people don't. Most people assume that opportunity is going to come to them if they just work hard in silence. They hope someone will notice. That is just not how it works. I didn't get the opportunities in New York because I was the most talented. I got them because I was willing to send the message. I didn't get 1,000 yeses. I barely got 1 yes. Most of the time, my DMs got left unread. Most people didn't even open the message. And some said no. But every so often, someone would say, sure, why not? And that is all it took. 1 yes. 1 yes that put me in a room that I never would have entered otherwise. 1 yes that let me see how professionals work, how they thought, how they managed and directed their creative projects. That 1 yes gave me more education in a weekend than some of my classes in 1 semester. Because here's what asking really does. It collapses the distance between you and the future that you want. You don't need credentials to ask. And when I think back, that's what amazes me the most. At the time, I had no following, I had no reputation, I had no work to show. But here's the thing, people don't say yes because of your resume. Sometimes people say yes because of your energy, because they see someone who's hungry, someone who wants to learn, someone who's bold enough to ask when everyone is too scared. That, my friend, is a lesson that no class, no textbook, no coach ever taught me. It came from the act of asking. Asking isn't weakness, asking is boldness. And if you look at world-class people, you see the exact same pattern. Howard Schultz, before he turned Starbucks into a giant, he asked 242 investors. He asked 242 times. Most of them said no, but he only needed 1 yes. The pattern is always the same. The boldest breakthroughs do not come from knowing, they come from asking. So here's my question for you. What is the ask that you have been too scared to make? Maybe it's asking for mentorship. Maybe it's asking for an opportunity. Maybe it's asking for help. Whatever it is, stop rehearsing it in your head. Just go out there and make the ask. You don't need to feel ready to do it. So I want you to take action. Send that message, make that call. If you have to go knock on a door, do it. Because the cost of asking is way greater than the sting of no. So if today is your day to finally make that ask, comment day 4 out of 100 below and start your streak. This is 100 Bold, and we're gonna keep this going every single day at 7 a.m. I'm so happy that you're here. And remember, to act bold, you need to be kid brave again. I'll see you tomorrow.